still maintain that I do not have problem with Obiano.
If you heard that a governor once had a governor's aide once had about 200 million naira cash in his car, that the governor said he should go and deliver it somewhere. And then the governor claimed that it was for contract. And they caught the person. That would you still support that kind of governor? The person said, now the people that whether they rule this country, they'll be that. Why will I support such a person? And I said that person is Peter Obi. Google it. That person is Peter Obi. But you don't know about that because you choose to be blind by your followership. I said every time.
This is true and can be confirmed.
Google it. Is now. I said there was a governor who once supported another candidate that wanted to become a godfather until his person fought against him. And the person came out to say that he was demanding for 7.5 billion naira from him for the money he used to support him. And he said, now those APC government. And I said, that's Peter Obi. That was what Obiano said. And once it is the person they support, automatically it becomes a lie. But when it is another person, it is the truth. It doesn't work that way. The truth is not selective.
The way Seyi was shouting, Google it, Google it. Were you not tempted to believe him? But now that he said Google it, he said two things. Number one, that Peter Obi's aide was caught with 200 million naira, 250 million naira cash. That's one. Two, that Obiano said that Peter Obi asked for 7.5 billion for him, Peter Obi, to support Obiano for governor. That has also been debunked. Peter Obi debunked it by himself. Hear what he said.
How did you lose grip of the politics of Anambra State? You and the governor, your successor, Willie Obiano, you seem to be a dagger's drawn.
No way.
What is happening between the two of you?
I don't know where you get your facts.
No,
what
I read the stories in the papers.
No, that's wrong.
He has been accused you of all kinds of things.
No, what was he accused me of? Can you give me one?
Well, he accused you, for example, that he had to pay you for him to become governor. He accused you that you were not as successful a governor as you claimed, and your media man, Valentine Obianyam, has responded to some of those.
Ruben, nobody have accused me in Anambra State.
No, I'm saying the governor.
No. I live in Anambra State. And nobody in Anambra State will you meet that's Anambra indigenous, even when he doesn't like me, will tell you Peter Obi was not successful as the governor. It's impossible. Come, let's walk the streets of Onitsha. I live in Onitsha. And as you know, I was a governor who was not traveling with routine of securities and everybody. Until today, it remains the same. Come, let's walk the street. That's how you know. And I live there. It's not as if I finished governing. Anambra State is the only place that have a home, have a house called my own. If you see any piece of land or house belonging to Peter Obi in Abuja, burn it down or take it. If you see one in Lagos, take it. Why have a flat in Lagos? I live in Onitsha. Not even anywhere, Onitsha. Due to my own house there. That's where I live. And I'm always there. I came from there yesterday. Can show you my boarding pass. I came from the last flight from Asaba yesterday. When I finish, I go back there. Who will live there if you didn't do well? Every road you see in Onitsha today was constructed by me. If you cross the bridge, you go and ask anybody. So nobody can tell you that you see children doing well today in America. It is me. I changed the school dynamics. They were number 26 and 27 when I came into office. And I've just called the banks where I left money. That is how you know. So it's not a question of this. Every secondary school in Anambra State, for example, have 2 buses. I bought them. I bought one in my first tenure. I bought the other one in my second tenure. No, they've never had any since I left. They've not had any since I left. Just to give you one example. I bought computers. The highest amount of desktop computers ever bought by a government in Africa was purchased from us by HP. Truly Stan He said it the other day in the news. 30,000 computers paid up front. Innocent, I paid him 5 billion up front to supply us vehicle 1 year before he delivered one vehicle. So these are records, they are not there. So nobody will have accused me of anything. And let me tell you, you're wrong. Since I left as governor of Anambra State, nobody, not Anambra State government, directly or indirectly, has paid me 1 naira have not received any
Why?
form.
Are you not entitled to pension?
I don't know, but I'm saying I've not received anything. When people were bringing us of laws to say, Governor, this, Governor, I told them, when I leave here, I live here. Never received 1 naira. I want you to put it on record and make that.
But you still haven't answered my question.
Yes.
What's the relationship between you and Governor Willie Obiano?
We have a good relationship. He's the governor. He's elected to focus on to serve for the people. Not my relationship with him is irrelevant. He's elected. You see, this is where we get it wrong. You must focus on what you elected, Ruben. That's when I was in office. I can tell you, I and most of the elites are not in good terms. But I wasn't elected. You have seen me say it every day. Even my own wife comes back and says, I met Ruben, I met this man, he's not happy with you. I said to her, listen, my job is not to make people happy. There's people in the entertainment industry whose job is to make everybody happy. Me, I'm not happy myself. I'm elected to fix school, fix road, and do this. You must focus on what you're elected to do. He's not elected to have a good relationship with me. He's elected to do the roads, fix the school, make Anambra State work. For example, he gave an example that some people are exporting bitter leaf and ogo worth of $5 million. We want to see the farm. We want to see these are what is elected to do, not to keep it to be happy or do this thing. I've just told you in issue of saying I paid money. I said I have never received 1 kobo from anybody as an ex-governor. I'm not looking for one. My focus is how do we make Nigeria work?
See, governors usually in Nigeria have problems with their deputy governors. When the governor leaves, he tends to have a problem with his successor. I've tried to cite the example of Obiano and Obi, which you don't want to accept, but you also have Ganduja and Kwankwanso, you have Buhari and Jonathan at the higher level, and so many examples like that. What do you think is responsible for these conflicts?
Ruben, I still maintain that I do not have problem with Obiano. My problem with anybody in government is when you're not doing the right thing. A governor recently invited me to campaign. You know, that I should come, he's still to campaign for next year. And he was owing salary. And he was owing pension. And he had a lot of debts. And I said to him, let me be honest with you. I don't see how you can be owing people. If I had to be shocking, a chief of staff of a governor was asked, I listened to it in the telly, that you're owing 18 months salary. He said, no, it's wrong. They're only owing for 11. And you're campaigning for another one. No way. This is sheer madness. You cannot fulfill the least obligation, which is paying salary. I don't consider paying salary as an achievement. That's not what if people are elected to pay salary like it's being celebrated today, people are elected to pay pensions, then we might as well just don't have governors and just pay the people directly. It will even reduce the cost of keeping the governor. You are elected to be a resource creator and manager.
I like that.
You should create wealth. Right. You should be able to say, what do we do to save money? Yeah. I didn't print money to save the money I told you I saved.
Yeah.
And you don't need to borrow money. Yeah, we have people who say they achieved something when they borrowed a fortune.
Yeah.
And put the state in a difficulty as they were living and are being celebrated. I want us to celebrate people based on you came here, you met 1 naira, you increased it to 10. That's what I want to see.
And I said that person is Peter Obi. Google it. That person is Peter Obi. I said every
this
time.
This is true and can be confirmed.
Google it is no.
The way Seyi Law was shouting, Google it, Google it. Were you not tempted to believe him? I was. In fact, I was afraid that, what if what he's saying is true? Even Teju Babyface that was interviewing him in that podcast could not even take his phone to Google it. I'm guessing he was also tempted to believe him. He was shocked. And many people in that shock might take what Seyi Law was saying as true. I guess he thinks Nigerians will not Google it. And many Nigerians will indeed not Google it. But not me. We You know that statement that Peter Obi used to say, go and verify. We verify everything.
I know there was raids after that discovery of other apartments in the building. And given that you own an apartment there, what were your experience?
Very, very good question. Well, I'm sure for me, let me tell you my sadness. It's not actually an issue of just that cash was found. I leased an apartment there. I lived there. I was there in that block when they came to search the apartment in question. So it's something I know. But let me tell you what is worrisome. Well, we don't know. They are still dealing with who owns the money and who doesn't own the money. Maybe that will one day be clarified. But let me tell you where I'm even worried. Assuming the money was even from a background that is questionable, why will anybody keep it in such a circumstance? The place could have caught fire. Anything could have happened. If that money was put in our banking system, whoever kept it would have earned 8% per annum, so it would have earned about $7 million by now. 1 minute, it would have earned about let me finish. That's $7 million. $7 million is about 2.8 billion naira today. That is the amount I spent for secondary school, the entire secondary schools in Anambra State for the year. If we had decided to be generous, and decided to give each graduate 1 million, they would have shared it to 2,800 graduates, out of which 2,000 would have been successful. I can go on and tell you what that money will do. The bank that is keeping the money would have made 7% because they would have given it to a business at 15%, make 7%, which means the bank will keep going, and the business that they loaned it to will keep going. That is the economy. But that money was kept in a place where, I own an apartment there. People said to me, oh, you live there. Yes, I live there. It was built by somebody I'm close to and everything. And I told him, I said, I haven't finished being governor of Anambra State for 8 years. I cannot live outside Anambra State. Never. The only place that I have a house officially built is in Onitsha. If you see any house anywhere in Lagos, Abuja, anywhere belonging to P2B, confiscate it. I live in Onitsha. So for my wife and family, I leave that place, and I'm happy that go and ask those who searched the place, because I was abroad. I traveled 2 days after, and they said they wanted to search my apartment. I sent the key through a very good Nigerian who was traveling. I'm sure Zeyoba man, he will tell people the story one day. Said to him, give these people this key. They sent the key, and they searched my whole apartment. I can tell the only result they found there, they say, this man doesn't live here. It's only his wife's clothes and shoe that we saw and everything. That we didn't see anything belonging to him. But I've said it to so many Nigerians. Peter Obi wears only black shoe, and I have 2 pairs of it anytime, and I travel with it. The purpose of shoe is to protect the leg from being hot. Nothing else. So that people are wearing one, they go and buy $200 one, $300. It's a waste of time. I buy this from Marks and Spencer, $49.99. Finish. It's a shoe. Nothing else. They say, oh, we didn't even see watch. I've said it openly to everybody. This is the only watch I have. I won it for 17 years. But purpose of watch is to keep time. Why would I keep a watch at home? Whose time is he keeping? What are you doing? So, I am not. I leave the place. I want you to go and check my background. I'm not a poor person. Before I became governor, all of you can go and check my background, who I was before I became governor. Before I went into public life, I'm a very rich person. However, I have allergy for money being wrongly spent. That is why I go to schools every month, go and check the record till date. I visited at least 5 secondary schools all over Nigeria. The last visit was in Sokoto, and I give each at least 1 million naira. That is for me expenditure, not to use it to buy watch that I keep at home, keeping time that nobody uses. It doesn't make sense to me.
Thank you very much.
So, the apartment is yes, but I'm appealing to Nigerians that is not a way to keep money.
You say this thing called tribalism is going to finish us in this country faster than the economy. I'm telling you. Now we got this news that Anambra school students defeat United Kingdom schools and others to emerge champion of inaugural UK Nigerian competition. A massive win for us. Sensible Nigerians were on the comment section congratulating these ones. Now the tribalistic ones, they were busy asking, why did you say Anambra school students? Why not say Nigerian students? I don't understand. What do you mean by Nigerian students? So calling out the states and the name of the school that went for this competition is now the problem. They should have said Nigerian school students when I don't understand. Tribalism. If you don't finish us for this country, I go know wetin cause am. Can you imagine? A big win. Just because they said Anambra school student, that is the problem. They should have said Nigerian students. Now let me tell you the name of the school. Whether you like it or not, you must hear it. Now the name of the school is St. John Vianney Science College, Ukulu, Anambra State. They won the inauguration UK Nigerian debate competition on June 19, 2025, defeating UK and other Nigerian schools. Shebi I don't hear them. They also compete against Nigerian schools, not only United Kingdom schools. So saying Anambra school students doesn't make it tribalistic. Yes. But then again, did you even know about this competition? I guess this is the first time you're hearing it. Did you have a hint about it? Now you saw the results, the victory. Instead of you to congratulate these ones, you are busy saying, why not say Nigeria? See your life.
So guys, you have heard everything Mr. Peter Obi said in this video. When we tell people that Peter Obi has the solution to Nigeria's challenges, some people think Peter Obi is just being supported for supporting sake. You know, this man understands. There's no one that you can compare with Peter Obi, especially when it comes to empathy, because there's nothing that important in leadership like empathy. Empathy is needed in the life of any leader. You have to have empathy. Do you know why people are being quiet in Benue and Tinubu is busy after his campaign? You know, Tinubu is just busy doing campaign. Do you know why that is happening? It's because the APC leaders, they don't have empathy. We saw it during the time of Buhari. That is exactly what the Tinubu's government is doing. People are being quiet. These people are, today, there was a ceremony for the defection of the governor of Akwa Ibom State. They are doing this amidst people, you know, people's lives, you know, being taken away. Let me even shock you. After the Benue incident, these Fulani headers, they struck Enugu. They kpai people again. From there again, they moved to Abia. From Abia, we now began to hear about Borno State, that a Boko Haram female supporter, you know, denoted herself and kpai so many people. From 10 lives taken, it grew to about 24, you know, more 14 persons were gone, making it a total of 24. And Tinubu has been moving from Kaduna State, now he's in Akwa Ibom. All these things are just campaign for 2027. I'm just wondering, what kind of leadership? An old man like him, who has gone into politics, who has seen all the good, the bad, the worst, the evil and everything, who has made a lot of money from Lagos, why would Tinubu not go to rest on Nigeria to survive? He has been moving around. Anyway, Peter Obi has given him you know, a buzz boost. Let me just read out what this headline is saying. Peter Obi speaking, saying, Tinubu watching Nigeria becoming killing field, corruption hub, demarketing our country. Peter Obi. This is coming from Peter Obi, and I'm going to read further. It says that the ex-governor of Anambra State and Labour Party chieftain Peter Obi has lamented widespread corruption and killing in Nigeria under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And it reads further. Mr. Obi, in a statement on Saturday, lamented Kanu and Borno suicide bombing, including killing in Kebbi, Plateau, adding, even hitherto, peaceful areas have turned into killing fields. We must tackle this insecurity now. It is destroying lives and demarketing our nation. All hands must be on deck. Yes, when Peter Obi speaks, they say Peter Obi is always demarketing. But they don't know that political leaders are the #1 demarketers of Nigeria. All these things are happening. If Tinubu, when Tinubu went to Kano State, do you know how many APC chieftains across the nation, they all headed to Kano? Now Tinubu is in Akwa Ibom. All of them will follow them and be heading to Kano, to Akwa Ibom. This is how they are wasting state resources. This is how they are destroying the elites. They will borrow this money. Nigerians will not see it work for them. They will borrow this money. They will channel it mostly to campaign-related issues. Now this article continues, and it says the Labour Party chieftain said from Kano today comes a bomb explosion that has left at least 5 persons dead and many injured. And yesterday 12 wedding guests were attacked and killed in Plateau State, and 11 others were injured. In Kebbi State, 30 people were confirmed dead as bandits went on rampage. In Borno State, a female suicide bomber killed 24 citizens. In Katsina State, bandit gunned down a police inspector. All of this just in a day for a country that that is not even at war. Just in a day, Nigerians, just in one day. And there are still many others unreported cases as the incidents, as the incidents are spreading to all nooks and crannies of the country. Mr. Obi noted the widespread killing under Mr. Tinubu's watch was demarketing the country before the international community. Nigeria now, even those who are Nigerians are afraid to come home. You can imagine like how many lives within the space of one day, 24 hours. 24 hours. There is no intelligence in this country. Their intelligence is on those who made video. There's this guy in Enugu State that was arrested by the governor of Enugu State because he made a video about the buying of people in Enugu State. Guess what? I heard that the governor sent DSS to go pick him up. This guy has been picked up. Since this Fulani started attacking Enugu people, the governor has refused to come out and speak. Peter Mba is doing well. He's doing well. Yes, everybody knows he's doing well. But when it comes to security, he is zero. At least for him not to open his mouth and condemn what is happening, that leaves a lot of questions on the table. And that is why Mr. Peter Obi is, telling Tinubu to sit up, that the country is becoming something else. Nigerians are wondering what is happening. APC and Fulani, did they enter any covenant? Was there any covenant entered? So let me take some of the reactions. This person reacted and said, Tinubu, Nigerian being, okay, sorry, let me take it again. He added Tinubu's username on Twitter, official AB80, and he said Nigerian being brutally murdered by terrorists every day shows there is no government in place. Bola Tinubu must resign. This is somebody speaking. Then the person attached some of the comments that Tinubu made during the time of Jonathan. I'm going to read out some of those comments, that Tinubu made during the time of Jonathan, when there were so many attacks. There is nothing they didn't do to Jonathan, just to demarket Jonathan. The worst is even happening under Tinubu's government. Now, let's take a look at some of this. The first one says, this is coming from Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the year 2014. This one says, the fostering Boko Haram attacks on Northeast and massacring of innocent citizens is concrete proof that Nigeria has no government. Tinubu is criticizing Jonathan that Nigeria has no government. Another tweet again that Tinubu put out then says, why should any part of the country be under occupation? In any civilized country, Jonathan should resign. Tinubu has not resigned though. These are the statements he made, and Tinubu has failed to resign. And Tinubu again tweeted again and said, Jonathan continues on his path of selective auditioning and visioning. He still attacked Jonathan. And again, he said, worshippers is strongly condemnable. It calls to question the competence of Jonathan to protect Nigerians. The slaughtering of Christian worshippers is strongly condemnable. It calls for questioning